Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. It's another Tool Tuesdays here on the Stoney Ridge Farm, and we're in my messy shop. This is as clean as it gets, by the way. So today is the Micro Tool Tuesday. Believe it or not, that is a tiny adjustable wrench. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna show you guys some awesome little micro tools that are indispensable little items to keep in your junk drawer of your house, keep them in your car, or just keep them in your pocket or hooked to a keychain, because there's always somebody saying, hey man, you got a pair of pliers? Hey man, you got a pair of fingernail clippers? Hey man, can you cut this wire? Can you open this beer? All kinds of fun stuff, guys. So come along today. We're gonna have a little bit of fun and show you guys some cool micro tools. All right?
Stoney Ridge, farm, Stoney Ridge, Stoney Ridge Farm.
All right, guys, I've been excited about doing this video for a long time. So we've got a bunch of cool micro tools to show you. I think the first one we need to show you is called the Gerber Dime. It's a Gerber Dime, and basically it's a folding pliers, just like so. We'll get you a little close-up of everything and how it all works, but we're gonna actually open up some other Gerber tools. This is a Gerber Vice, and Gerber doesn't sponsor me or anything. This is just cool stuff that I bought. This is a Splice, this is the Vice, and this is the Gerber Dime. We'll show you those three cool multi-tools. We're also gonna show you the smallest adjustable wrench that you've probably ever seen, and a really cool pair of adjustable pliers from Crescent that'll fit in the palm of your hand. And one more mystery micro tool that we're always needing whenever we're anywhere, whether we're out on the farm, whether we're on a road trip, whether you're anywhere, you need it in your car, you need it in your junk drawer, you need it in your bathroom, all kinds of fun little micro tools. So without further ado, let's open up the Gerber tools with the Gerber Dime. We'll open up the Splice and we'll open up the Vice. This video has been long in the making. This is called the Gerber Dime. Now the Gerber Dime has got some awesome tools on the exterior. You've got a bottle opener right here. You've got a little tab that you can put this on your key ring or keychain. You also have, we'll open it up here, a pair of scissors. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of Gerbers. However, we've got a couple more Gerbers we're going to open up. This is like a box cutter right here, and everything goes back and locks into place. The blades are very sharp, so if you get one of these, be very, very careful. We'll flip it over here. The other side, you've got a flat tip screwdriver. You have a nail file right here, which can also be used as a cross tip or Phillips head screwdriver head, and that's a file, tiny file right there. We'll flip it over again, and we've got just a standard little knife. Okay, guys, so pretty cool. Those are all the exterior features, with the exception of one that you can't even see right here. Boom, little pair of tweezers. Isn't that cool? So you've got a pair of tweezers that go with this that slips right back in here. I almost never found the tweezers until I looked at a review of this critter myself. Now, you've got a spring-loaded pair of pliers here. In other words, they stay open all the time. And then you have a cutting edge right here, and it really does a great job. And this is a Gerber Dime, okay? And we're gonna close the Gerber Dime up, and we're gonna pull out the little box cutter. I call it a box cutter. It kind of looks like a box cutter. We'll open this guy up, pull out the little box cutter, and we're gonna open up our other Gerber tool. This is the Gerber Vice. Really cool. Let's open it up. Again, guys, I'm not going to show you a useless tool that I wouldn't use myself. So this is the box opener, or it's just a little knife blade, and it's super handy for opening stuff like this. Okay, so if you're getting Amazon packages and stuff in the mail all the time, this little cutter blade on the Gerber Dime is super awesome. Now, this is my first time being exposed to the Gerber Vice. This is the Gerber Vice tool. It is also spring-loaded. Let's get you a little close-up of it. Now, I don't know whether the Vice is going to be better than the Dime or not. Let's see. Let's fold them up and put them side by side and see which one is the biggest. So the Dime is just a tiny bit smaller. The Vice looks a little bit more robust. So we're going to set the Dime over to the side, and we're going to check out all the exterior features of the Gerber Vice. So it has a knife blade on it, a little bit larger, wider of a knife blade on that side. Then it has, okay, a serrated knife. So we've got a serrated knife on this side and a standard knife on this side. Pretty cool. We'll flip it over and we have a pretty similar setup, except that's a flat tip and a bottle opener, and that all folds out. They all fold out and lock. So that is a bottle opener and flat tip screwdriver in one. And then over here on this side, I don't know what you'd call that. That's like a tiny screwdriver. It looks like a pick almost, just a tiny screwdriver, flat tip. Or I guess you could, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the heck that is. Guys, post me a comment. Tell me what that's for. It's sharp on the end, so it could be like an ice pick or something like that. Okay, we'll close this guy down, close our bottle opener down, and then we still have the same little ring on there for a keychain. Open this guy up, set him down on the table, and again, it's spring-loaded also, very similar to the Gerber Dime. The jaws on the Vice are a little bit bigger than the jaws on the Dime. There's a similar cutting blade right there, little cutting tool, and that's about it. What do I like the best? I like the Dime the best so far. So we're gonna slide the Vice over to the side. We'll close the Dime back up again. And this was sent to me by a subscriber, and I don't know who sent it, but whoever sent this video is dedicated to you. So we're gonna take the Dime and we're gonna open up the Splice. So this is the Gerber Splice tool. Very cool. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna give away the Splice, and we're gonna give away the Vice. So post comments down there, tell me what you think. Very, very simple. Now, the Splice, I guess, is more of an electrician's tool, okay? So you can see the Splice has cutters on it. So there are no pliers on there, they're just cutters, okay? And I guess, again, like I said, this is an electrician's tool. We'll fold it up. Again, it's spring-loaded, very robust little tool. And we've got the little keychain hookup. On this side, we have a knife, so the knife blade, and it locks just like the other one, just like the Vice. So I think the Vice and the Splice are very similar in a lot of ways. Now we've got a file and a Phillips head right here. Okay, a tiny Phillips head with a file, nail file, or whatever you want to call it. It's got a smaller file. It has a smaller knurl on this side than it does on that side. That's pretty nifty. Okay, now we have, again, a similar flat tip screwdriver with bottle opener right there that comes out. This is really cool, man. Every guy's junk drawer dream. And the same little pointy tip tool. I guess this is for, it could be used for an ice pick, or I guess it could be used for a tiny screw. Pretty nifty. Again, I'm more of a fan of the Dime. I really am. So we've got also, okay, a serrated knife. Very similar to the Vice. So the Vice and the Splice, really the only difference is the Phillips head screwdriver. Well, no, the Splice has a Phillips head too. So really the only difference in the Vice and the Splice is that the Vice is a pair of pliers and the Splice is a really tough, robust pair of scissors. And again, they both fold up tiny, tiny, tiny. All three of these will fit right in the palm of my hand. Pretty cool. Those are cool little tools, little micro tools. If I had to choose one, I would go with the Gerber Dime. And guys, these aren't gonna break the bank. They're 20 to 30 bucks a piece. I'll post links to all these tools we're using today in the video description. So we've got the Dime, we've got the Splice, we've got the Vice. Now let's move on to this little guy. So this little guy is the world's, in my opinion, the world's smallest little adjustable wrench. Look at that little guy right there. Cool little adjustable wrench. Now I learned about this from a fencer that I was working with the other week, and he carries one of these with him all the time. Very handy little adjustable wrench. Most of the time when you have something come loose on a cabinet or something like that in your house, it's going to be something that this tiny adjustable wrench can handle. That's really, really cool, guys. Okay, so this also comes with, the adjustable wrench comes with a little tether to put on your keychain if you want to attach that to your keychain. Really nifty. Now, the next tool, and we're saving a cool one for last, but the next tool is going to be this Crescent adjustable pair of pliers, and some people call them channel locks. I think Channel Lock is a brand, so these are adjustable pliers, not channel locks. We'll take our Gerber tool again. We're going to use, there it is. Man, that's a handy little cutting tool. If I had one to pick, it would be the Dime. And also these little guys, to keep them in your glove box or in your house, in your junk drawer. Like I said, you're always going to need this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a tough little knife right there. Okay, we'll pop this little guy out. Now, I learned about this tool from a guy that was building fence, and he was a farmer, and he said, man, I keep this in my pocket all of the time. It's made by Crescent. Crescent is the brand, and it is just a little set of adjustable pliers. So we're going to adjust them out just a little bit, just like so. So I can pretty much get on any kind of nut or any kind of bolt that you would need them to get on in the house, around the house, and or keep this tiny little thing in your glove box of your car, and I don't think you'll regret it. Fits in your pocket nicely. Again, pretty tough tool. Squeezing it feels good in your hand, and I have got big hands, guys, so as you can tell, that guy fits in my hand and the little adjustable wrench fits in my hand. Now let's move on to, last but not least, the Victorinox. This thing is really cool. I'm always in need of a pair of fingernail clippers, and look how thin this guy is. So this will fit right on your keychain, and it has that little hook right there. You can put that on your keychain, and it's a Victorinox. Believe it or not, guess what it is? It's a pair of fingernail clippers, guys, and you're always in need of a pair of fingernail clippers. Here's how it works. Flip that guy up, boom, right there, you've got a pair of fingernail clippers. And again, you're always in need. If you're a farmer, or if you're a welder, if you're working around machinery, you're always in need of a pair of fingernail clippers. And it's often very cumbersome to keep a pair of fingernail clippers hooked up to your keychain. But this little guy solves that problem. It's a Victorinox pair of fingernail clippers. You can get metal slivers and all kinds of stuff. The jaws on this thing are really, really tough. It just feels like a good tool. You also have a little emery board on here, and that works good for pulling out metal slivers. I don't know if you guys have ever had a metal sliver in your finger, but if you take this and rub it across there, oftentimes that little emery board will pull a metal sliver right out. And if that doesn't do it, the cutters will do it. So really cool, really fun little micro tool right there. Awesome. Let's line them all up. So one by one, here's what we have. This is the tiny adjustable wrench. Very, very cool. It adjusts just like a standard adjustable wrench. And I'm sorry, I got a little mark on my hand there. I got a blister on my hand the other day. There we go. So it adjusts just like a standard adjustable wrench. Set that guy to the side. In order of coolness, I think this is the most handy tool that we'll have. Again, this is the Victorinox. You got that little tool that you can clean out under your fingernails. You can get metal slivers out. You can sand right here. Really, really cool tool. And it'll fit right on your keychain, and it won't come open accidentally. Okay, next cool tool, the Gerber Vice. And again, the Gerber Vice is spring-loaded. It's a pair of pliers. Okay, very handy, very nice, good for any junk drawer. I'm really sold on these Gerber tools, on these small Gerber tools. That's the Gerber Splice. And again, the Splice, I believe, is more dedicated to the electrician or to someone who might work in a factory as a seamstress or something like that. This would be great to have for a woman that has a sewing hobby or something like that. Get rid of that guy. This was something that a fencer and farmer told me about, and he said, man, check these out. These little tiny little adjustable pliers. These are really, really cool. Again, price point on most of this is around 20 bucks or less. So if you want to give cute gifts for Christmas, these are cute little gifts to have. Now, my favorite tool of them all is the Gerber Dime. I will tell you that. I do like the Dime. I like that it has a bottle opener. This is going on the keychain on my truck. And again, it's just a super duper handy tool, guys. So that's it. My pick out of the three on the Gerber, the Splice, the Dime, or the Vice, I think I would go with the Dime if I had to. If your wife or if you do a bit of sewing or you're an electrician, I think maybe the Splice would be the one for you. Maybe if you're a plumber, maybe this guy would be the one for you, the Vice. Pretty cool. I don't know why it's called the Vice. I would think maybe it has a vice grip feature on it that I'm not seeing. Not positive. Okay, but the Gerber Dime is awesome. Thank you to whatever subscriber sent this to me. In order to pay it forward, we are going to give away both the Splice and the Vice. Guys, tell me which tool you think is the best out of all of these micro tools. So I told you guys it was going to be a fun tool Tuesday. These micro tools are pretty awesome, man. I can't wait. I'm going to stock my vehicles up with each one of these tools, and it's good stuff to have on your tractor too. So thank you for coming to the Stoney Ridge Farm today. I hope you enjoyed this little micro tool tour. These are the micro tools that you never knew you had to have, and now that you've seen them, you just got to have them. Guys, there'll be links posted in the video description. I'm not sponsored by any of these tool companies. I just thought that this would be really cool to show you. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching Tool Tuesday here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Please jump in, pound that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back here. We're building a first-generation farm here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. All right?
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet.